2021, it's going to be a better year, but you need to be ready for it. I'm going to talk briefly today, because it's kind of windy out here this morning. I'm going to talk briefly today about how you can have a smarter 2021. 2020 is almost over, thank goodness. We can move on, move forward, but 2020 for a lot of people was very, very, very good. It presented them with a lot of opportunities where they built new businesses, they grew their business, but some people it wasn't so good. So, 2021, let's have a smarter 2021. And when I talk about smarter, I'm talking about setting goals. You're going to be thinking about New Year's resolutions. Don't set resolutions, set a goal. And I'm going to give you the framework today that you can use to set goals. Goals that you can actually achieve. Goals that you will want to achieve. Most people don't learn how to set goals the right way. This is the right way. Most people don't even, they don't write them down, they don't track them. So everything you do, you need to write it down. You need to write it down. So, what is a smarter goal? I'm going to teach you today how to set smarter goals. And a smarter goal is one that you will want to accomplish, that you can accomplish. So, SMARTER happens to be an acronym. SMARTER. S stands for specific. Your goal needs to be specific. You can't just say, I want to make more money in 2021. How much? What's the number? Put a number on it. You can't say, I want to lose weight in 2021. No, put a number on it. What do you want to weigh? That's the better number to put. You can put down how much you want to lose. That's great. But put down the number that you want to weigh. And I'm going to use as an example, and you've probably heard this from me before, when I lost weight from 250 pounds down to 195, I said, I weigh 195 pounds. I was very specific. Okay, that's the S. Be specific. M, your goal needs to be measurable. M, measurable. So when I said I weigh 195 pounds, you could measure it. I could get on the scales every day, which I did, and I could measure and I could track what my weight was. It was measurable. The A is attainable. It needs to be something that you can attain, that you can achieve. If I said I weigh 105 pounds, that's pretty much not attainable. I mean, yeah, I could probably do it, but I would starve to death. So it's not attainable. Your goal has to be something you can actually reach. Now, don't make it one step in front of you. That's too easy. It's got to be a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to talk about that. But it needs to be something you can actually achieve. If I said my goal is for me to go to the space station by the end of 2021, that's probably not achievable, not attainable, can't do it. If I had enough money, yes, but that's a different story. So that's the A, attainable. R, it needs to be risky. So that's where it's like, don't make it one step ahead of you. Make it 3 or 4 or 5 steps ahead of where you are today. Make it a little bit risky. You got to stretch for it. It's something you got to work for. Because if it's too easy, you'll give up. You'll go like, I can do that whenever. You'll give up. Make it something you've got to stretch for. Something that you're really going to be glad that you achieved it once you get there. Put you on the line. Put your determination. Put your integrity on the line that you're going to do what you say. It needs to be a little bit risky. Okay, let's get to the T. The T is time-bound. Your goal needs to have a date on it. So when I set my goal of 195 pounds, first it was very specific. It was measurable. I could measure it on the scales. It was attainable. I could do it. That was 55 pounds. I could do that. It was risky. Yeah, because I told people I was going to do it. And I told people on here I was going to do it. And so I had to get there. And it was a stretch. It was because I love to eat. My wife is an awesome cook. And it was a stretch, but it was risky. Time bound. I put on my goal, I weigh 195 pounds on July 1st. This was 2019, July 1st. I put a date on it. If you set a goal, you need to put a date on it. Some kind of time constraint on it so you know when you want to accomplish it. If you just say, I weigh 195 pounds in 2021. You got a whole year to get there. For me, I had 6 months. So put a date on it. Put a date on what you want to achieve, because then when you set your plan, you create the plan to get there, you know when you got to get there and what you got to do to get there. Okay, that's SMART, S-M-A-R-T. Most people stop there. I'm adding E-R. E is exciting. It's got to be exciting to you. It's got to be something you really want to do, you really want to achieve. Exciting for me when I lost my weight was I got to buy new, smaller clothes. How cool is that? I got to have people say, oh my gosh, Mark, you've lost weight. And I got to look in photographs, not this big guy, you know? That was kind of eye-opening when I really paid attention. So your goal has to be exciting to you in order for you to get up every day and pursue that goal. The last R is relevant. It has to be relevant to you. It has to be relevant to your life. It has to be relevant to your business, whatever your goal setting is going to be. It has to be relevant to what you want to achieve. If it's not relevant to you, you'll give up saying, well, that really doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't fit with where I'm at or what I want. And so you'll just quit. So it's got to be relevant. So let me go over those again. It has to be specific. Very specific. And when you write it down, don't say, I want to weigh. No, write it down as if it exists. That's why I wrote my goal down and said, I weigh 195 pounds, and then I put a date on it, on July 1st, 2019. I hit my goal 8 days early. That's cool. So be specific. It needs to be measurable, something you can track, something you can measure. It needs to be attainable, something you can actually get, something you can actually do. It needs to be risky, a little bit risky. It needs to be time-bound. Put a date on it. Know when you want to accomplish this. It's got to be exciting, something you really want to achieve. And it has to be relevant to you in your life. So that's how you set a goal that you can actually achieve. Creating the plan is a whole nother step. But I'm going to give you, since you probably weren't taking notes, although you can go back and take notes, I'm going to give you a template that has the SMARTER framework, S-M-A-T-E-R framework. It's a one-page template. I put in the comments a link to where you can go get the template. And I don't know why it showed up and said Silent Shadow, whatever, because I created it in ConvertKit, and I guess that's the name of the, I didn't change the name on it. Go to that link and get the template for the SMARTER Goals framework so that you know how to set smarter goals, and you can follow that template anytime you set a goal and set it the right way. This is the right way to set goals. Most people are not taught how to set goals, and they're certainly not taught how to do it the right way. This is the right way. So I hope you have a great 2021. It's a little breezy out here today. Set goals for next year. Set them using the SMARTER framework. Go to that link and get your template so you can follow along on how to set smarter goals. And you will have an awesome 2021. And then you need to commit to it. You need to work hard, and you need to follow it every day. That's a whole other discussion we'll talk about. I hope you have a great day. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. This is the 30th. Got today and tomorrow left in 2020. Woohoo! 2021's almost here. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week. And I'll be back and talk to you tomorrow.